Hello, everybody, and welcome. I wanted to bring my next guest on, Jeff Myjak, who is the president and CEO of Cans for a Cause. Hey, Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Jeff is a hero for doing what he does in the community. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your program, Jeff?
What we do is we collect unwanted bottles and cans that have deposits on them. We take and redeem them and then put the money back into the community. We help veterans programs, local food banks, warm the children, holiday toy drives, any place where we can find a good cause to help people who really need help.
That's awesome. And why did you start the program? What was your inspiration? How'd you get into it?
That inspired me back in about 2018 when somebody said, only 51% of the bottles in this state actually get returned. What happens to the other 49%? And I started doing some research and looking and saying, wow, that adds up to a lot of money. At the time, it was about $30 million.
Wow.
Now it's up to, last year is $44 million of bottles and cans don't get returned.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's a lot of unused money, right? So
unused money, yeah. It goes to the state of Connecticut and they throw it in their general fund and use it for whatever. But I figured, why not see if we can put it back to work here in the community, helping programs that need help that may not otherwise get some funding.
Yeah, and you've had tremendous success. I mean, in 2021, just a couple of stats, right? Close to $4,000 for veteran programs, close to $3,000 for toy drives, close to $5,000 for the Portland Food Bank, $3,100 for St. Vincent de Paul's, $7,700 for Warm the Children, $3,000 for New Horizons,
Yep.
over $35,000 in 2021.
Just in 2021.
That's incredible, Jeff. And I mean,
Yeah.
and let me ask
That's
you,
a lot of nickels.
that's a lot of nickels. I was going to say, did you do the math on that? How many cans is that, right?
Yeah, that was, I believe, just over 700,000.
700,000 cans. That's really, really awesome. Now, let me ask you this. What does the future look like? Is this, you just want to maintain this course? Do you have stretch goals? How does it look?
We've got some stretch goals. We're looking at possibly starting to work with some golf courses in the area and other businesses. We want to get them wherever we possibly can. Hopefully this fall, we're going to look for a building to operate out of. Right now, we work out of my house. But if I can find a place, because in the wintertime, it gets a little tough working out in my driveway and whatnot. So
yeah, I see. I definitely see, you post online, your big heaping mounds of cans in your backyard and your driveway and stuff. Your neighbors must love you.
Actually, they do. They throw bags over under the pile.
Over the fence?
Yep.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. And the bottle bill is growing next year. They're going to be adding things like Gatorade, Powerade, Arizona iced tea, all those things that don't have deposits on them now.
Oh, wow.
They're going to have deposits next year. And then in 2024, the deposit goes up to 10 cents.
Wow. So basically you'd be doubling.
Could very well be doubling.
Very interesting. Very interesting. My last question, what can the everyday Joe or the public in general do to help you in your mission?
What they can do to help me is don't throw away your bottles and cans. Don't throw them into your trash. Don't throw them into your recycling. If you don't want to give them to me, that's fine. Redeem them yourself. Give them to the Boy Scouts. Give them to your church. Give them to somebody. Just let's see them get redeemed and the money be put to good use.
Yeah. Now you have lots of drop-off locations and everything like that, basically all around, right? And that's expanding.
It is expanding, yes.
Yeah. So do you have a list of drop-off locations? I can add that in, into the comments and stuff too, so people are aware. I'm sure that makes it a lot easier for you.
It does. We have the Portland Senior Center, Waverly Farms. We have some spots here in Middletown and Middlefield as well. And if it's not convenient, we actually do pickups.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's great. I remember kind of. And how long have you been doing this?
We started this in July of 2018.
Okay. Because I remember, I know on the Portland community page, people would always ask, like, who's the guy with the cans? Who's the guy who gets the cans, right?
Yep.
So, and I also know that from a volunteer aspect, you could probably use help in sorting cans. I know that you post things on your personal page and looking for volunteers and things like that, right?
Looking for volunteers to help sort cans and bottles. We have an event usually once or twice a week up here now. Also help picking them up. I mean, I drove almost 10,000 miles last year picking up bottles and cans.
Wow.
We are a 501c3, so I have to keep track of all that stuff now.
Yeah.
So I can put it on my tax returns, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a legitimate thing. And that's, as you grow and get bigger, right? More mileage, more cans, more everything. And so is it just you right now? Are you a solo guy?
No, I've got a president or a vice president, a secretary. I have 2 members on the board of directors.
Nice.
Plus I've got about 10 to 15 regular volunteers.
Okay.
That help me all the time, as well as high school students that come up here and help sort.
Gotcha. Now, does Cans for a Cause...
You help me out too.
Well, yeah, I know you utilize our truck, which is great, and you can continue to do that. Hopefully it makes your trips to the... You use that for what, the Redemption Center, or? I
take and use it to take 2 to 3 truckloads up to the Redemption Center.
Wow.
Every probably 2 to 3 weeks.
And so you fill up the whole truck?
The whole truck.
3 times?
Yes. 2 to 3 times.
That's crazy. That's a tremendous amount. And thank you for using the truck. That's what the truck's there for, community organizations, charity organizations. Yep. Civic things. That's a purpose. One of the purposes for having the truck is to help out people like you doing that type of stuff. So I appreciate you utilizing it and keeping it on the road. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And so lastly, where can people find you? Is there a Cans for a Cause page on Facebook, or what's the best avenue?
There is a Cans for a Cause Facebook page, and it's cans-for-a-cause. There's an email, info@cansforacause.org, or they can call me, 860-788-7891.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you stopping in on Coffee with Carl. You said you were drinking a coffee, right? It's not as big as my big one. What kind you got there? What are you having?
I'm drinking Folgers.
Folgers. Best part of waking up. It's Folgers in your cup. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you stopping in, and I wish you a lot of luck. And if there's anything that I can do to help you, please don't hesitate to ask.
Great. Thank you, Carl.